Baltimore has seen more than 200 homicides this year, and experts predict that number will continue to rise. The Baltimore City Police Department says it's doing all it can to combat the violence. It'll need the help of the community to make a difference. So over the weekend, activists called on a ceasefire, but it wasn't as successful as they had hoped it would be. Here's RT correspondent Ashlee Banks with more.
40 hours into the Baltimore ceasefire, a 24-year-old man was fatally shot Saturday afternoon, and just a few hours later, a 37-year-old was shot and killed as well. Baltimore police are now investigating two homicides the city was hoping it wouldn't see this weekend. Last Friday, Erica Bridgeford, the co-organizer of the action, took to the streets of West Baltimore to promote a 72-hour ceasefire and to encourage citizens to refrain from violence for 3 days. Although violence did not completely stop in the city, Bridgeford stayed positive, stating on Facebook, Baltimore's goal was 72 hours of no murder. In 10 minutes from now, Baltimore would have seen 41 hours of peace from Friday to Saturday, plus 26 hours of peace Saturday to Sunday, which equated to 67 of 72 hours without murder. Many commented on Bridgeford's post, saying encouraging things and that this was still an awesome outcome regardless. I also spoke with Bridgeford during the ceasefire last week. Take a look.
America is an extremely violent place, right? This is one of the most violent places on the earth, and the structure of it is designed to keep some people at the bottom of that structure. And so when you teach that violence is power, of course the people at the bottom of your structure are going to use the same strategies to gain their power that they see people at the top of that structure doing. And so whether it's gang violence or people just having arguments and not knowing how to deal with their conflicts, when people feel disempowered, they're going to go with violence, and violence is America's culture.
Baltimore is on pace to set a homicide record this year, surpassing the numbers recorded back in 2016 and 2015. Experts say homicides have risen in the city due to the 2015 death of 25-year-old Freddie Gray. Gray died while in police custody from a spinal cord injury he sustained during his arrest. Now, in 2015, the FBI ranked Baltimore as the second U.S. city with the highest murder rates. We spoke with Baltimore City Police Department spokesman T.J. Smith, who lost his youngest brother to gun violence last month. Take a look.
We get calls every day from local media, national media, wanting to know what the homicide count is. That homicide count equals human beings, and equals families that are connected to each of them. And yes, and number 173 was my brother, Deontay Smith. And it's still something that hurts. It's a month and a couple of days past when that incident occurred. And it's tough, but as I've done since I've been in Baltimore, I'm a mouthpiece for not only the police department, but for the community and for the victims of violent crime.
Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh weighed in, saying, quote, over 600 shootings in less than a year in our city, and something has to give. And so we are trying to protect the citizens of our city and make sure that we curb the violence in our city. Baltimore City Police Commissioner Kevin Davis has created district action teams comprising of officers and supervisors. These teams have been deployed to different districts in the city in order to cut down on the violence. And an organization called Ceasefire 365 is aiming to ensure that violence ceases to exist in the city all year round. In Washington, Ashlee Banks.